Hey YouTubers, this is Richie B. Welcome to Waffle Free Tech. And today I want to talk about VPNs. So the first thing I want to talk about is, do we really need VPNs in 2019? I think the simple answer is yes. There's so many cyber criminals out there in the world now who are trying to steal your data, trying to steal your money. It's a pretty good idea to have a VPN these days. Also, especially if you do a lot of torrenting to hide your traffic from the ISP, definitely need a VPN of some sort. Now, of the VPNs, we've got lots of choices out there. Which one's the best one to use? Well, before we get into that, I guess the first thing I would want to say is really, for God's sake, whatever you do, don't use the free VPNs. A lot of these completely free ones have malware built into them. They don't protect you. Half of the free ones, some of them, I've read stories where they're actually siphoning off your data to sell. So do yourself a favor, avoid that. It's like the old saying, no such thing as a free lunch. So, what's the difference between the VPNs out there? Now, today I want to do a test between two VPNs. One that I've used for a couple of years, and which was Private Internet Access, or PIA as it's known as, and I've recently switched to a more premium service, which is ExpressVPN, which is rated as probably the top VPN. So the question I want to look at today is it worth paying the extra for the kind of the premium ExpressVPN over something like PIA, like the cheaper VPN? So firstly, how much do they cost? Well, it just depends on what deals are on the market. PIA you can get for about $3, $4 a month. NordVPN is another popular one. I think when they have their special deals on, I think they have one on at the moment for about 75% off, so you can get it for $2.99 a month. And then at the other extreme, you've got ExpressVPN, which is anywhere between kind of $6 to $9 a month. Just depend on when they have the special offers. So what I want to look at today is just check out the performance and try and answer the question, are they really worth it or not, paying for the premium? And we'll see from the results and let them speak for themselves. So first up, I want to do a quick speed test, and we're going to use a product called Ookla to do the speed test. It's really popular. I'm going to start by doing a speed test with no VPN running. So what I'll do is I'll put the results up here in a moment, showing the speed test without any VPN running. Out of my 80 meg connection, I normally test at around about 70, between 70 and 74, just depends on my Wi-Fi, what's going on in the house. Now, as I mentioned there, Wi-Fi, I am testing in real world scenario using Wi-Fi. I know using the cable is better, but I want to kind of do a real world test because most people will be on Wi-Fi. So I just want to see how that performs. The other thing to point out as well is this, I'm not being paid for this by any company, so I'm completely unbiased. I've literally just switched from one to the other, and I just want to see, is it worth it? So let's take a look at the running my Ookla speed test without a VPN running. So that should be up here now. That should be about 60 to 70, close to the 70 mark. So we'll let that finish running. Now what we'll do now is switch over to the PIA results from Private Internet Access. Now typically PIA is not the fastest on the market, but it does tend to be fairly consistent, fairly stable, and I'll put those results up there now. Typically I would be getting about 35 to 40 meg on my laptop with PIA, and I generally wouldn't see much more than that 40, 41 would be the absolute best. Now, looking at ExpressVPN, I've had a bit of a hit and miss experience with it. I found on my laptop that it kind of jumps around anywhere between 35 and kind of 69 meg, depending on the day. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's something to do with my laptop or if it's something to do with the Windows VPN client, because what I find is that I do get a fairly decent result on my tablet PC, usually mid-60s consistently, but when I run it on my laptop, it's always anywhere between 35 right the way up to kind of 70. So I don't quite understand that, because that's obviously not my Wi-Fi. It's something to do with either my laptop or the Windows client. So I'm going to start by putting the Windows results up here now, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go and grab my tablet, and then I'll show you the results from that as well to compare with the desktop. So bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to pause the video for a few seconds. Okay guys, right, I'm back with my laptop, my tablet, and I'm just going to kind of run that now, and we'll see what we kind of get from results from this. So the first result there, you can see is kind of 65 meg on the download and 16.9 on the upload. So that's pretty close to what I get without the VPN. Normally I get about 65 to 71. So I'm just going to run that again just to let's see if I get a consistent result. So nearly done. Okay, and see this time that's actually maxed out at 68.6, so really close to my normal maximum. So this brings me back to the question, do I think the premium VPNs are worth it? Well, I guess it depends on what you're doing. If you're just browsing the web, I would say stick with a cheaper VPN, maybe something like Nord on a special offer, or any of the reputable ones like IPVanish, Nord, PIA. Just look for whatever is the best deal. And like I say, if you're not a heavy downloader and you don't really need to worry about speed and you just want to kind of protect yourself, then go for the cheapest option out of the kind of more premium or better well-known VPNs. Now, if you're a heavy downloader, you do a lot of torrenting, are they worth it? Well, certainly speed-wise, I would say yes. I think the results on my laptop are kind of giving false results. There's something, I think there's something up with my laptop rather than being a problem with the service, because as you can see on my tablet, I constantly get kind of like mid-60s to nearly 70s on the downloads, versus other services where I'm only getting kind of 40 meg. So in that sense, you know, it's 50% faster than that. So is it worth it? Well, if you get a good deal and you're paying 50% more, you know, $6 instead of $3, then yeah, sure, because you're getting double the performance. If it's kind of $8, $9, $10, then no, I wouldn't. So I guess that's about it. Let me know your experiences with your VPNs, which VPN you're using. Leave something in the comments below. As usual, if you could hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon up here, and that way when I upload new content you'll be notified, and you can maybe watch. So that's about it. So thank you for watching. Hopefully see you again soon. Cheers.